they're not going to have a chance. Anybody can beat you on any given day. You're struggling to find the player of the match, even when the lead comes up with 9 undefeated, because of how good the bowling was.
That's what you want to do early to Barrington. Get full while his feet aren't moving yet. It nearly squeezes through. Good time, Aman, to remind everyone to get in touch. We'd love to hear from you. We know it is early evening there, or kind of getting towards late evening in Nepal, just approaching 10 p.m. local time. You can use that hashtag CWCL2. You can send in public or private messages to me, Andrew Leonard, at Cricket Badge, Cricket BADGE. Tell us where you're watching from. Tell us your thoughts on the series so far. Tell us who you're supporting. We'd love to hear your messages. We'll read those out over the course of this first innings. If you have any questions for Aman Patel as well, get him on at AP Sports News _. I still can't find his handle. Don't worry, I'm sure you're able to. It's a double AMAN. So that might. I wonder what happens if you search just for Aman Patel. Will that work?
It should come up. It is the name. That is what I have put it on.
The name.
The name. They ask you your handle and then the name that you put out there. So it is
okay.
the title that they
I thought
ask.
you were like,
No.
the name, as in like Prince or Beyonce.
No,
Aman.
nothing like that. Nothing like that at all.
Fragrance that, wasn't it? Aman. You can feel it. Aman.
I think only when you say it, Lenny, you feel it.
Oh, beats the outside edge cam. He's on one here, isn't he? Got to keep going, these two. So yeah, if you've got any questions, we try not to read out the negative ones, but we're gonna go to a few of the dark ones today. Pranaya Gamir, he's messaged in. Why is Dipender Singh Airi still in the playing 11 after having an average of 18 in ODI cricket? Is he playing as a fielding all-rounder at Cricket Badge? Don't overhype him. Even if he's not scoring runs for the team on the basis of his fielding. Well, I'm sorry about building up a player that I think is one of the very best in the world. Yes, he's struggled in ODI cricket with his batting. I agree with you. As they're going to run a leg by here to close out what will be a maiden, but the extra comes from it. End of the power play. It belongs to Nepal. The score is 27 for 2. And I think you just have to look at Dipender Singh Airi in a different manner. You don't look at him by what he brings in terms of pure numbers. And that's not how you analyse the game. You analyse the game by watching it and seeing a player's value to the team. He's averaging 18, yes. He's a much better batter than that. But how many times has he come in with 4 overs to go in an innings where he's been asked to get quick runs and he puts the team first? How much does he add to you in terms of his fielding? Does he add 10, 15, 20 runs? In a 50-over game, he might add 15 or 20 runs, let alone the wickets that he can take with his fielding, the run-outs that he creates. And then we saw his value, particularly at the depth with his bowling against those 2 left-handers the other day.
Yeah, again, I don't think you can measure his value in stats. I don't think cricket has the stats yet to really measure, because in the field he's a magnet. He's a tremendous mind out there, and then, like you said, he gives you different roles that you just don't have anywhere else. And I think he'd be the first to tell you, yeah, his batting hasn't been up to snuff the way he would like it to be. But if Dipender Singh Airi gets going, it's almost no better batter in ODI cricket at the tail end of an inning, especially when you talk about the role he would play. He's not someone who needs to come in and spend time to score. He can come in and hit from ball 1. He comes in at the end, he's able to be tremendous. And then in the field, you see there on your screen, he just runs around, he saves runs, and sure, he's averaging 18. I assure you, he probably saves more than 18 runs a game, which is how good he is in the field.
Rap karna bhai NMM ko rap gare
Oh, another one. How's this? Barrington, none off 8, and real pressure building on the captain of Scotland. Hearing from lots of fans in Nepal. You can get those messages in at Cricket Badge on Twitter or Instagram. We'll read those out now. But also hearing from a few Scottish, not fans, but players. Great to hear from George Munsey and Chris Greaves. George Munsey correcting me. All he does is correct me in life. Or give out to me. One of the two. It's a torn tendon in his groin, not a hamstring.
There you go.
So he wants that to be... we do wish you a speedy recovery, my friend. I think Aman thinks it as well. I think you're having one of the years of your career, and I hope you've got many more to come, because we love watching you bat. We really do. As Barrington finally gets off the mark from his 10th delivery. Also great to hear from Chris Greaves. I know that he's needing an operation on his left wrist. That's why he's missing out on this tour. And we want to see the leg spinning all-rounder back to his very best. He adds a lot of value. He's sort of an enigmatic cricketer, isn't he? He's highly entertaining to watch. He's hugely passionate. And he's someone that I've really enjoyed covering. Also, a man who loves his golf, so I'd say he's really missing this tour, given all the great courses here in Texas.
Yeah, Peter Delapenno's been telling us about all the great courses. I know you and him had a round, and he's a cagey cat, as I like to say. So, again, a lot of characters in associate cricket, and it's great to see them on full display. And coming to America, yes, we talk about the Mavericks, you got the Cowboys in town, but the golf courses is something that's been the talk of anyone who comes in, even from Major League Cricket. We heard the Australian and South African guys, especially part of Washington Freedom, said they were playing golf almost every day, even.
Multiple days. I think it was Tim David, Trent Bolt, and Quinton de Kock. They just weren't off the course, were they?
And I reckon they went to Pinehurst number 2 up in North
Carolina. That was where the US Open was this year.
Yes, it was.
Yeah, some of the hardest greens in the world, they reckon there. Yeah, look, America's got it all, doesn't it? You've got here. Down the leg side will be a wide. You've got your major sports to go and watch and enjoy. We got to a Texas Rangers game. It's amazing, actually, Dallas in particular. I know those two venues are up technically in Arlington. It's a 20-minute drive out of the city. So you've got the American Airlines Center downtown, and then you've got, it's got to be one of the best baseball stadiums in the world, and then maybe the best NFL stadium in the world, in the Cowboys Stadium.
Yeah, it's a storied one, right? They talk about it, and when they built it, if you've never seen a picture of it, Google AT&T Stadium, and there's a big cutout right in the middle where the roof will almost retract, and it provides this little ray of sun. And they say, why is that ray of sun there? That's how God watches football, they say. And God looks down, and you'll hear a lot of the players go out to stars to celebrate, saying, God's watching me play on the highest stage.
11 ball, 29 for 2. So if God does watch football, it'd be in Texas.
It'd be in that's what they claim. That's what Jerry Jones and the Dallas Cowboys will claim. And if anyone here knows about Terrell Owens or seen some of the celebrations he does, he ran out to the Star one time after scoring a touchdown, and he said, well, if God's watching football, well, he better be watching me on that day when I score a touchdown.
Oh, there is in fact one ball to come, just being waylaid by our scores because of the wide, and it will be KC will be looking to capitalise on extra ball. For the moment, McMullen and Barrington finding it heavy going. Understandably, these are friendly bowling conditions, particularly with that wind circling around the ground. Lots of questions coming in, lots of people asking where they can watch in Nepal, so we're going to run through this once more. I don't know how they're asking a question if they're not able to watch, but anyway, we will run through it. Sticks Sports in Nepal is the official broadcast partner for this series. STIXsports.com. It's a free service. You can go in and register, set it up in there. Then in India, it's on Pancode, in the USA, in North America on Willow TV, and around the rest of the world, you can watch on ICC TV. You can even tune in on ICC TV actually here in North America too. It's not an exclusive deal that Willow have. Our thanks to everyone involved. Our thanks to them. Our thanks to the team at Willow, Todd Myers and everyone involved there. Our thanks to everyone in Fancode for the support that they give. And our thanks to our production team. It's a skeleton production crew here doing a brilliant job in difficult conditions. You're listening to me, Andrew Leonard, alongside my co-commentator, Aman Patel. We're going to get to as many of those comments as we can. They're flooding into me here at Cricket Badge. Use that hashtag as well. A nice message from my first home back in Dublin, not my second home in Nepal. From Shane, he says, hey Andrew, hope you're doing well at Cricket Badge. Greetings from Dublin 6 in Ireland, not far from where I grew up. Lucky you to be in the USA in the eye of a storm. And I think he's referring to the wind as Sandeep Lamachani comes into attack. He's referring to the election storm that's coming up. I fly out, I think, on the night of the election, so I'm going to be safe now to Dodge before anything happens. Get to Dubai for Afghanistan, Bangladesh. He says, as it stands now, do you see Scotland getting to 260 runs? I can understand why you're saying that total. I think it's so hard to give a predicted score because it's going to be a completely different second and third session than we'll see in the first one. In fact, I'm surprised they brought Lamachani on so early here.
I actually don't mind it. The amount of dip he gets, I think they're trying to use the wind, trying to use the new ball to get it to almost drift and maybe catch. I don't expect it to turn much. I think the one thing that players will talk about, there probably is a little bit of dew, painting it, a little bit of a cold wicket, hoping to just catch one of the grass leaves and maybe just skid on or skid through. There is that significant drift through the air. And the reason for that wind, as you go back to the main camera, you can actually see it's up between the jersey of Lamachani and it's coming as you look from left to right. So that is the dream scenario for any leg spinner, because what he wants to do is drift the ball in to the right-hander and then turn it away. Barrington goes to one of his favourite shots. In fact, it's McMullen, excuse me. It's also a Barrington speciality, but it's the slog sweep over the head of the one fielder, beyond circle at mid-wicket, and it's a boundary. Really good stroke. They're really nice, and I think it's just the width on offer from Sandeep Damashana on this occasion. The other two very defensive, very close to off stump. This time, gave him the license just for the hands, no deep mid-wicket, safe stroke in the end.
Here's the end of the back of the hand. This is gone.
Yes. Goyo, guys, we gotta goyo.
I can't remember seeing Sandeep Lamachani and what is it? It was the perfect googling. He says to McMullen, "You'll get me for one, you won't get me for two." The slog sweep was to the leg break. This out of the back of the hand, skids on. The question was, did it impact in line?
I reckon it did. I don't think he got as far enough across his stump. That's what the drift.
Guys, we gotta go away. Sandeep Lamachani, yes.
Rushed on to McMullen. Gets the start away, 16 off 36, but can't capitalize on the
guys.
The option and the risk to go to the leg spinner works wonders for Nepal. Lamachani strikes, and there you go. That's wicket number 3, exactly what Nepal was after.
I don't think a wicket in Lamachani's career will mean much more to him than that. 2 days ago, we saw him very emotionally post up on Instagram that he was taking responsibility for the defeat against USA. He knows how much his country needed a win, and this is the glory of leg spin. Previous delivery was the leg break. Now watch the back of the hand. So that's it. It just rolls out.
Wow.
Almost a top spin out the side, but it turns enough in, and that was the deception. I think McMullen might have picked it late, but he knew he was in trouble. I think it's a good decision. It's 100% going to hit the stumps. The only thing the down have to decide is did it hit in line or not. I think it hit in line with the off stump. It's an outstanding piece of wrist spin bowling. It really is, and it also justifies the bowling change. Lamachani wicketless and expensive 2 days ago. He strikes. Scotland in real trouble.
Yeah, we'll move from Rohit Bodal actually in our live beforehand. Some folks are just questioning the tactics of Rohit Bodal, and again, this is a fantastic move on his part, understanding the wind. And again, I think, yes, McMullen picked it late, but I think
stuck into a little bit by
some
American
YouTube में लाइव है
Scotland 35 for 3 and in real trouble. You have to say a little.
What the hell is this?
He's got his stack.